back in today with another reaction to This Monster Wants to Eat Me, this time with episode 6. It was another fantastic episode last time out. Really looking forward to seeing where we're going to pick up from, considering Miko. I think I'm getting the names down now. She went to eat Hinako, so yeah, not 100% sure what the ending is about. Maybe she just like wants to, maybe, I don't think it's jealousy, but maybe she wants to fulfill kind of Hinako's wish rather than Shiori, being that she's actually been there for Hinako's whole life rather than some random monster. But again, I'm not actually sure. I don't think that's the case. That's just something I've just come up with off the top of my head. But yeah, really no idea how to take the end of the episode, to be honest. I loved it though. I loved the whole episode in general, focusing a bit more on Miko's kind of saw how she came to this land, saw how she pretty much experienced all of Hinako's, even her parents' kind of whole life. So yeah, quite the episode last week. Definitely one of my favorites so far, if not potentially my favorite. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And yeah, it's funny, it's like she imparted all those memories in people and Hinako, and they weren't true, but she actually was there her whole life, just not in the way that she kind of put the memories in her head, I think. But yeah, some people are saying, like, is this her not being able to control herself? Like, because she was once a human eating yokai. Is this her like losing control? Is this her again wanting to? Like, yeah, I'm not really sure how to take this ending. Maybe it's kind of Lynchian in that regard. In like the ambiguity, I don't know. Do you know what? As a kid, funny enough, seeing all these visuals of fish behind, I always used to be obsessed with, maybe not obsessed, but you know how kids like love their dinosaurs and such. I was very much the same, but I always really liked hammerhead sharks and what's the other one? There's like hammerhead, there's like saw head sharks. Like, there's all kind of interesting shaped snouts to sharks and mouths, and I always used to really like that kind of stuff. I was just thinking that looked really cool. I think it's also because I used to have this Power Ranger toy as well that was like a blue. It was like part of like a Megazord, I think, and it was like a blue hammerhead shark, and it was really cool. Why does that say 2024 down there? There's a question I do have. Is that just when this was like completed? The shape of affection. She bit herself. Like some kind of self-control thing. Oh crap. She bit her tails off? That was quite the fake out. It was literally like Hideko was like right in her mouth. Bestial nature. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about these QB, but their tails are like their biggest thing. I mean, 9 of them and such. Imagine they would be like the pride of the animal. Absolutely. So why is it always that these fox girls are always so cute? like Hollow from Spice and Wolf. Like, what is it about that? I guess I've never seen a fox in real life. Maybe I've seen one, but I've never had one like really close to me or interact with it or anything. But they are quite playful, kind of cute creatures, aren't they? I love their little laugh that they do. Maybe that's why. I do think Hollow is slightly different in regards like Miko is much more cute. Hollow is a little bit more in that seductive sense. She's a bit more alluring in that sense. She is really cute as well. Don't get me wrong, but like as a person, she's a bit more yeah. She knows what she's doing. I mean, are you letting her live? You just got rid of a lot of your power, right? Keep my name out of your goddamn mouth. Sounded to Will Smith right there. Okay, that all ended pretty nicely. Matashita. It's one of my favorite Kung Fu Generation songs. Yeah. The tone change. So again, forgive me about this, but in some shows I've seen that each I don't want to miss any dialogue here, apologies. I think it was what was it called? Sengoku Yoko. That was another show I've seen with like a nine-tailed fox type thing, and each of the tails had their own kind of specific power. So I wonder if that's the case here, or if they are just like an accumulation of power. Um, that's yeah. Again, it's actually quite surprising just how many shows I've seen that include. I have never seen Naruto, but I imagine Naruto is a big one for the majority of the audience watching this that they've seen that has got like a nine-tailed fox. Again, I'm not really sure about this, but I think the game. I brought this up a few weeks ago. I think the game Okami. It's not a nine-tailed fox per se, but it kind of feels like it. Yeah, it feels like that to me. Like you gain like these powers from all these like god creatures and such, and I love that game. If you guys haven't played that, I'd definitely recommend checking that out. Um, but that feels kind of similar in a way. I'm not sure it's exactly the same, but yeah, against Sengoku Yoko had something akin to this. Bison Wolf, Digimon, even Digimon Tamers, I think it is. Oh my god, man. Yeah, I was thinking that might be the case. It could have just been a random accident, but I don't like the more the show goes on, the less I think that's the case. I think there was some kind of involvement. Maybe it's the scent of an extremely powerful yokai on her that attracts these other yokai. They just can't tell. Ooh. I've said this before on some of my videos. I used to go to a school with a kid that used to have a burn on his face. It was like half of his face was burnt, and I always really felt bad for him. I spoke to him a few times, but I couldn't say I was friends with him. But he was a really nice guy. Always, just every time I see him, kind of annoying. Imagine it's sorry, pause again. I imagine if you're in that scenario, it's quite annoying, kind of getting maybe not looked down upon, but kind of having so many kind of sympathetic people. I mean, that's probably the nice side of it. It would get annoying seeing people just look at you in a sympathetic way, but obviously there's the rougher end of people looking at you like you're disgusting, and especially from kids, because kids can't really, kids don't really like hide their emotions as such. So when they like, if a 5-year-old kid walks past you and you've got a burnt face, they're probably like grimace, and that probably really hurts you inside. But I imagine it also hurts seeing all those sympathetic looks as well, in a sense of like, why did you have to look down on me just because of this one thing? And I always felt a bit bad about feeling kind of sympathetic as well, even though maybe shouldn't. But you kind of get the point of that there. Is like, you really feel for those people, because that's something they've got to like deal with their whole life. Luckily, I've never had anything like that. The closest thing I've had to that is not anything even remotely close. But I always used to have really bad acne on my back. And I used to always, like, when we were in the changing rooms, I used to always like position myself so no one would see it. I used to always hated, and I ended up stop doing swimming classes just because I was so self-conscious of it. So yeah, I never done swimming really. I'd always say I had athlete's foot. I had a lot of athlete's foot in high school, but I've never had athlete's foot in my life, if you know what I'm saying. But again, that's not even close. It's not even close to the same experience. Yeah, that's the closest thing I've had, fortunately. Striking a fancy tweet right there. So they were friends. So not all of those memories were implanted. Okay, I mean, I kind of took that as when that came up. I guess it was more so she implanted memories into all these other people rather than Hinako. See, sorry to pause again, but that's just really interesting, isn't it? Because I was thinking there's just so much interesting to talk about this show. I was thinking it could be the allure. Maybe it's not the fact that she's getting tastier. Maybe it's the fact that she's getting more desirable. One of those things where supply and demand, the demand for her meat and her flesh is getting high, so you consciously think that she's worth more, and she's more tasty than she actually is. But I don't think that's the case. She is actually getting tastier. The closer she's getting to adulthood and seemingly death, the tastier she gets. Yet I think the word for it is like the juxtaposition to that is the fact that Shiori wants to make her live and keep her alive, and that'll make her tastier. Even though maybe it is because maybe she's not actually getting closer to death. Maybe it is the fact that she's getting maybe by 0.01% closer to living as time goes on, and that's making her slightly tastier. Maybe it's again Miko's kind of hard work and keeping her going and keeping her living, that's dragging her to live more and more. That's making her slightly tastier. But again, the way I interpreted earlier, which I've been interpreting a lot of things wrong, if you haven't noticed, considering the memory stuff, which I thought were all fake, but ended up, as we just saw there, I think the memories with Miko and Hinako were real. It's just the kind of teachers, and we haven't really got a rest of the cast, but everybody else in this show, their memories got kind of changed to include Miko. But yeah, I kind of interpret it as Hinako was kind of, she was on the path to death. Especially from that first episode, the allure of dying was kind of growing and growing inside of her as time went on. But maybe that's not exactly the case. Maybe she is actually kind of getting closer to living. I don't know. As I said, a lot of my assumptions and such have been wrong. So don't take anything I say too seriously. But that is the big question, isn't it? What makes her so goddamn tasty? Sounds weird saying it out loud, but just some good self-restraint. That's another question I do have. How does she satisfy her cravings? Does she just not? Obviously, she can't with Hinako, but has she ate other people during this time? I don't think so. Little mongrel. Oh, Shiori's kind of down for that as well, so works out pretty nicely. Yeah, for now. That was always the thing. These guys have had the same goal the whole time, except for the end goal. Yeah. But we're not going to get along. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I do find it interesting. Like, I love the fact, like, I wouldn't say it's a love hate thing, but I love the fact that this show is pretty much only got 3 characters because it does majorly focus on them. There's no kind of side character you're not too happy to see or focus on something you're not too interested in. Everything here is interesting and well done. But it is quite funny that there's like only 3 members of this whole show. But I like it. It works well. And that helps her get more tasty. I've baked. Just absolutely just floated across that bench. There's a lot, doesn't she? Yeah, it's nice to see you smiling a bit here, Nico. Wow. I don't think it's that surprising considering her relationship with you. Yeah. I think that's impossible. That's lovely thinking from you, Hinako, but I'm not. Yeah, when you do die, these guys are not going to be friends. That is lovely, though. Lovely that she's got. It's sad, but it's also like lovely that she cares that much to kind of almost not plan per se, but kind of plan for her to have a nice life even after she dies. But I think as an audience, we just know that won't be the case. Yeah, I honestly think they'll probably kill each other. Still plan on getting in. Okay. Oh, what a horrible time layout that is. Beach episode. Yeah. Again, this is exactly what my reaction would be. I would not like to go like if my friends were going to the beach and stuff like that would usually be the days that I wouldn't go with them. And if I did, I'd do this thing where I'd take my shirt off, but I'd like wrap it around like the back. Like yeah. Thing is as well, I don't think it was even like that bad. No one ever said anything to me about it. Maybe it's because I've done a good job of hiding it. Maybe it's just because people knew that I was trying to. Didn't say anything out loud, but I've never heard anyone actually talk about it. Like this outside. Yeah, it'd be certainly be the one like the days of going out. I'd try to avoid for sure. I suppose this is a bit of another challenge from Shiori, just like the festival. We saw how she was dressed up for it. She was literally wearing a turtleneck to the beach. What is it exactly? Ah, okay. Maybe it cares too much. You can make those tails a propeller for sure. But yeah, look how she dressed. Like I said a minute ago, wearing a turtleneck and Oh, that's not a turtleneck. That's a dress. Like a turtleneck dress thing. Not really sure. I'm not great with my clothes. Can't tell. It's usually like it's black or white. That's the extent of my clothes. But yeah, it's like this turtleneck dress with a jacket on top to the beach, which is quite the overdressing, isn't it? I don't quite get the same fan service in this show you usually get during the beach episode. The dreaded beach episode. So yeah, like I said, this is a bit of another challenge, this isn't it? This is another bit of seasoning. That's what we call these. We call these seasonings. Drinking absinthe? Hey, that's nice. Get a little gift to bring back. Try some chicken. You sure I'd like to eat? I think she's probably swimmed enough in her life. Yeah, this is not about her at all, this trip. Oh shit, look at that. Oh yeah, that's quite a switch up. Quite a switch up in weather. The UK. Absolutely UK weather right here. Hmm. Do you plan for this? Oh, I see. I see. Oh crap! Hat Shigaraki. Hand monster. Okay, have a good episode. Again, got us with that cliffhanger at the end of last episode, didn't they? Like how I am kind of like that is a bit questionable to me. How did she end up with Hinako in between her mouth when she was going to bite off her tails? I'm not really sure how that worked out. Anyway, guys, couldn't logically explain that to me. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Of course, Shiori and Miko not getting along as usual, but being forced to a little bit. A lot of sly digs in this episode, wasn't there? A lot of sly digs. There is Shiori in that nice little dress that she wore today. But it has been a little while since we did get attacked by. I think it was only that first episode, really, right? That she got attacked by a monster. But again, I do kind people. I do have to apologize because I said last week, like I was pretty confused at the people thinking that the memories between Hinako and Miko were real. I was a bit confused because I just assumed they were made up because we were told that Miko made up memories. But I think again that was more directed at the teachers and the students and other people. She imparted memories in them so that they'd believe that she was here this whole time. And maybe she did put some in Hinako as well, but to what extent, I don't know. But we know at least that there was a memory between Hinako and Miko with this kind of serpent yokai that Hinako didn't see during the time. Here, she didn't see this. She didn't look, to be fair. She might have been able to if she looked. But they were friends from kind of childhood. It wasn't just the case that she was looking over her the whole time. She did actually interact with her as well, which again I didn't realise, so I've got to apologise about that last week. That was a misconception I had. Again, I've had quite a few misconceptions so far, so apologies about that. But yeah, some really nice stuff here. Again, like the banter between Shiori and Miko. I think that's going to be really fun as the show goes along. I am definitely on Miko's side. I think Miko is probably my favourite out of the two, but I do really like Shiori as well. It's not like a love versus someone I love versus someone I hate. It's like I like both of these girls. They've both got their kind of positives and negatives. But yeah, I do really like Miko. I think she's amazing. A bit of a suspenseful conversation here as well. Both going to use each other. And yeah, nice little trip here at the end. We overcame quite a bit at the festival. I don't believe we made quite as many tracks here at the beach, but maybe that'll change next episode with us kind of fighting this monster, this little hand monster thing, whatever it is. But yeah, again, another great episode. Let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Again, help me out with anything you guys picked up that I maybe missed out on today. As I did say a minute ago, there's plenty of stuff I don't catch here and there. But yeah, leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 7, is it? Yeah, episode 7. See you guys then.